Hey guys, welcome to JTV Extra. I'm Sandra Younger, inventor of this fantastic cord knotting and design tool called the Knotty-Do-It-All. And we have a fantastic show for you today because I'm going to show you a necklace that, this is like really like unusual because I got this idea for this specific necklace from, you guys know that show that I love, Downton Abbey. And I started playing with the design, and then it kind of like evolved into this Iolite and like leather necklace that we're going to be making today. And let me tell you a little bit about the platform in case you're new. But first of all, welcome. We have the shop, the share, and the love buttons. If you see anything that you would like to purchase today, you can just click on the right-hand side of the screen and get a more in-depth description of the product. And also, don't forget, if you have brilliant cash, you might, you can earn it by being a first-time customer. And also, if it's your birthday or the anniversary of your first purchase, you get $20. And there is the Refer a Friend program where you get $25 and your friend gets $25. And you do get 1% back on all purchases. And if you have a JTV credit card, which is, I guess, called the preferred card, you get 2% back. And returning customers after 365 days, you get a $30 credit. And so check it out. You might have a, credit that you can use towards the purchase of any of the products on the JTV website. So, definitely check it out. Let's get started with the products that are in today's show and get to the customer show, which, I just love it. It's one of my favorite parts of the show. So let's get to the products. Ooh, let's see. We've got lots of Iolite here. We've got the onyx marble. Oh, but let me talk about my big favorite product. It is the Knotty-Do-It-All. And guys, if you don't have one of these, this thing is fantastic. Okay, our large board. This thing is it's like 20 inches wide. This is like a very well-made tool. It's thick, it's big, it's got like tons of real estate, so you could work on all kinds of projects at once. And I teach so many different things. Macrame, like multi-strand, which is a feature that's extremely unique to this tool. Because, so right here, for example, I did like a multi-strand. This one is like 10 inches. So I put the pegs 10 inches apart and I just like continuously wrapped. But you can, and that's because I'm using like yarn here. But let's say you want to use leather. So of course, you would wrap like a few less times, and then for the finishing knots, what's interesting about this is, see, when you wrap, see how it produces these little like right in here where the peg is. So once you put like whatever your finishing knot is going to be, you've got this loop in here. But what afterwards or even before, you can add like hardware, like jump. Just buttons. Like this one is a macrame and it's got a button. But one really cool thing about this is, see how let me see if I can show you without like destroying my setup. See how it's got like space underneath. So the really neat thing is you have like really like good tension on your cord, and you can get your hands underneath while you work. So anything you do, you can do just so much faster. So the interesting thing about the multi-strand is that it has so many applications. Okay, so this one is a bracelet, and then over here I did like a triple strand, and then I added beads, so that's another application. You can add beads and knots as you're going, but this one I think I'm going to make a tassel. You can make, and you know what? Another thing you can do, like on a multi-strand like this, think about this. You could do a ladder stitch in here. So you know what? One of these days I should do that. I should do some super chunky like ladder stitch. But I do teach a variety of ways to like finish the ends here. So this one I did like a macrame. So what you would do, and I recommend like different like stringing materials, because like this one is thin, and of course if you do a macrame and you pull on it, it will break. But if you switch over to like a synthetic, like a polyester cord, and then you do the macrame with that, then it's going to be like really rock solid, and it's going to, really last. And then the other knot that I teach is the coil knot. But let's just say this has a coil knot here. So one thing that you can do that's really, really cool is you can make tassels. You can make 2 tassels. So, I'm just going to pretend like this one is done. So you just come in here and cut, and then boom. You have tassels which, you know, can be used for like necklaces. You could use it for like earrings. I mean, just about anything. And then you can make the tiered version. There are just so many applications with this tool. It's just like fantastic. And then, you know, each tool, I mean, each of the boards comes with the hardware kit, tons and tons of instructions. You know, you do get a password for all the online lessons, but definitely take advantage of all the JTV extra lessons that are available, because there are like over 50 or 60 different lessons with tons and tons of tips and tricks. So both of these tools are just like fantastic. And you know what? They make like incredible like Christmas gifts. If someone gave me one of these for Christmas, I would love them to death. So, and let's see, what else do we have next? I think we have our leather. So this leather, it's each roll is 10 meters, which is about 10 yards, and it's 2 millimeters thick, and they're beautiful colors. We have natural gray, natural black, and then the antique brown. So absolutely gorgeous colors. I think I really like that natural gray. And, you know, black, everyone's got to have black leather. And then that antique brown is just like really beautiful as well. Let's see what, now we have these connectors. I did use these in today's project. And, you know, the funny thing is I didn't need a lot of them, but look at the variety. They're just like so many. And this is a close-up of the set. I took this with a macro lens so that you can see it like really, really up close. I mean, I know they look really big here, but, you know, they're not like ginormous like this. But look at that. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, 6 designs. And look at the one with the S's. That's really cute. I like that. And let's see what we have next. Oh, okay, this is what I used for today's project. This is the Iolite 8 millimeter faceted round, and the strand is about like 15 to 16 inches long. And Iolite is really, there's something mystical about it. I love these stones. They're just beautiful. And then the other strand of Iolite, which is these cubes, they're about 4 millimeters. And I ended up, I mean, it's not today's project, but I did make this necklace where I used the Iolite. And the goal of this specific design here was just like different like textures. Like I've got like faceted rondelles, and then like garnet chips. And then I've got like a round, I don't think that's turquoise. I think it might be agate, but then it's got the cubes. And so it really added that touch that I wanted for it to, you know, just to give like a variety to the different beads in the necklace. So and they're really, they're not super tiny, but they're not like big, but you can tell from the picture here, it's a good balance. And so, and then the last item is this, it's a simulant, like an onyx simulant. And I think I'm going to use these in today's project only because I do not have an extra strand of those Iolite beads, the onyx marble simulant. So let's go back and like take a peek at those. And one of the strands is about 8 inches long, and then the other one is about 16. And so that, and these are cool because they kind of look like little rocks. So I think those are nice. So let's see, did I get everything? I got the leather. Yep, I got everything. So anyway, if there is anything you would like to buy, you can. It's off on the right-hand side of your screen. And you should get that board, if anything, because you'll have so much fun. It's just fantastic. Anyway, those are all the products that are on today's show. Okay, a big shout out to Sputters. Oh my God, I've been reading the comments, and you know, guys, I've got a show to run. I cannot like be here like laughing because it is like so hilarious. The doggy do-it-all. Oh my God. Okay, so Sputters, ooh, you know, I feel like I just want to like grab Sputters' face and kiss him because I just love like kissing like cats and dogs. So that like I said, I was reading the comments, and oh my God, that was just like so funny. Anyway, guys, we are going to do the customer slideshow so I can like compose myself. So here we go. First, we have this beautiful necklace by Kathy in Houston. Okay, this one she said that the pendants were like interchangeable. Like, isn't that cool? So here's a close up of the different pendants. But this braiding lesson was last week's where you have one cord on the outside versus the double. So, girl, you did it. It looks fantastic. And I'm so glad. I mean, I know a lot of people have trouble with braiding, and I hope that, last week's lesson was like helpful, to many of you that might have trouble. But this is exceptional. It looks beautiful. And then next we have Laura Lee, Florida. Oh, this necklace. Oh, God, it's just so pretty. And I've got a couple of other pictures so we can get like a really good look at this. But when I saw it, I was like, that is so cool. So you've got the Riverstone um, beads that are like spaced, and then you have like the wire wrap pearls that's dangling. And that pendant is just so cool. And here is I mean, even though it's sideways, it's like the full like picture because the dangles are like on the front part of the necklace, and then the back part is that doesn't have the dangles, and plus it's adjustable. So this is just look at that pendant. I mean, God, you look at it, I can see like a scene in there. It looks like the mountains or something. That's such a cool pendant, Laura Lee. This beautiful necklace. I love it. Next, we have Sabine, Germany. Oh, look. I mean, Sabine, your stuff is just so like cute and like it's so pretty. It's just like it's yummy looking. Look how cute this bracelet is. Oh, it is braided with the gray leather. I mean, the wax cord, and then just the colors. It's just and the balance is just so pretty. I think it's spectacular. And then next we have Martijn, the Netherlands. The snake knot lesson here. Oh, wait a minute. This looks like it's like a double snake knot. It looks like you did the snake knot with two cords. Very interesting. See, I noticed that. I noticed everything. A friend of mine had some earrings on the other day that she claimed I made, and one of them, I knew I didn't make it, and busted because I noticed everything. So I could tell that this was made with two cords. That is so clever. Huh. Interesting idea. I'm gonna have to like investigate that further because I'm thinking, you could do it with two different colored cords. That would look really, really cool. So, something to think about. Very cool. And next, Susanna Louisville. Now, this one is really cool because this is Susanna said that this is a crochet. And one thing that's interesting about it, because I know it's a lot more challenging when you have a pendant with two holes, because you have to like start one side and flip it over and then do the other side. But this one's got the little clusters in there. So I think you did a fantastic job. And the colors are beautiful. I see the labradorite with the gold. Oh, just you did such a great job. Very, very nice. And then next, oh, Sabine, look how simple this is, but the color combinations, it's just, I love it. I know I want to make one just because, it's got just a simple, like little charm. I think it's just beautiful, like fantastic for like stacking. I think it's just like awesome. And then let's see what we have next. Ooh, Susanna Louisville. This one is crocheted. And, just I can tell you must have done the untwisting, quote unquote, of the cord because that is the thing that makes like beads flip every once in a while. But it looks like you nailed it here. Just beautiful. And then next, oh, Laura Lee. Okay, so this it's so funny. She was inspired by a necklace that I made and had on last week's show, and that was inspired by her because she uses the rectangle beads. And I tell you guys, it's crazy how just one little like inspirational element can just like really like make such a huge difference in your design. So I think that's what sharing is all about because of just the different takes that we come up on things. But this is a pre-night and like a sage color pearl. So I think it's just absolutely beautiful. And then next, oh, here's another picture of that beautiful, beautiful necklace. It's a nice little close up just so we could admire it. So beautiful. And let's see, next we have Martijn, the Netherlands. Now I can tell that this one was done, the snake knot was done with one cord. And beautiful. You are just so good at the snake knot, Martijn, just incredible. And it's got the button. Um, Oh, you know what I'm thinking now, more time. Maybe that is why you had 2 cords, because that other button had the had 4 holes, so you had 2 cords in. And I got that. Really, really cool. And then next, the bean Germany. Ah, look at this. The braiding with, let's see, you've got how many colors are in there? Is it, I think 2 or 3? It looks maybe like turquoise, light blue, and pink, or maybe it's just the light blue and the pink. I don't know. 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Maybe 2 or 3. But look at this. It's so beautiful. It's got the slide knot, then it's got the little fluffers. Very, very cute. And let's see what we have last. Ah, Susanna. I was telling Susanna that, a long time ago, I just didn't think that, clear beads, I said, I can't do them. But, I did make a necklace and it did get a lot of compliments. Now I really love clear beads in my work. And this is interesting because it's got like chain. So that the top part is like it's like a wire wrap, like chain, and then the bottom part is it braided or is it crocheted? I know what, Susanna, I don't know, but I know that the top part there is a macrame. So, and an interesting thing about that, when you have a macrame back like that, it's kind of like stiffer, so it just gives like a different flow to the necklace. So I think it's just like really, really beautiful. So anyway, guys, that is the customer show for this week. And if you have anything, please email it to me the Tuesday before the show. So my email address is the knottydoitall@gmail.com. I know some of you mentioned that the audio on the customer slideshow was that is pre-recorded, and I know exactly what happened. I got a new microphone and I had a sweater on, and I had clipped my microphone onto the sweater. And while I was doing that, I got hot and I took the sweater off, and the microphone went with it without me even thinking. You know what? And I should have known, because like 20 minutes later, I'm like, why is my microphone and sweater on the floor? And it didn't dawn upon me that the audio, my microphone was on the floor while I was doing that. So that is why it sounded like horrible. But you know what? You could still see all the beautiful things that everyone was making. So I hope the next part of this doesn't have that same problem. So anyway, here are the, we did the, oh my God, it's like time to do the, like, thank goodness. I was going to say, I don't want some other part of the show to have some like horrible like audio. Okay, so now to this interesting project. Okay, so it was season 4, episode 9 of Downton Abbey. It was it was Lady Rose's like coming out ball. And she had a necklace. I mean, her version was not a knotted one like this. It was like the pearls were just like all strung on. And it had like, probably, of course, maybe like some like super gigantic diamond. But, I'm just using a crystal here. And so I got the idea, I made this because, these little connectors that are on today's show, I thought, you know what, they look really cool. I'm going to give it a go. And it's actually like pretty easy. But since we're not selling pearls today, what I did was I adapted it and I changed things up a bit to the Iolite. And I'll tell you what happened, because okay, let's go over here to this little slideshow here. So on this one, what I did was I tried to replicate that the pattern, but I thought the beads are just too big, for this. But then again, I'm sitting there thinking, I still haven't put like a pendant on, so maybe it'll work. But for some reason, you know how it goes, I was just not feeling it. So what I did was I cut that bottom part off, and so I had like 3 beads. And I think this is kind of cute. I don't mind it. There are a couple of things I'm thinking, well, maybe with little like fluffers on the end, or maybe like beads that are like graduated, maybe it'll work better. So then I started like experimenting around. So then I thought, well, maybe if I add more beads, so I held up the part that I cut off, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna like put some more beads on here. So then I came up with this one, and I'm like, Um, there were a couple of things I didn't like. First of all, you know, my the little beads on the bottom, or should I say they're pretty big actually. I think that they're quartz. Um, you know, I thought that maybe they would look good because they didn't match and they don't look good. So I thought, nah, let's try the next thing. So then I went over to the matching ones. And, you know, yes, guys, I did cut all these and remade them every single time. And I'm going to give you a quick tip on how to like take apart like beads like this really quickly, because you know, I'm sure a lot of you have made something and you just didn't like it, and then it's kind of like a pain in the neck to like you know, cut all the beads off. But I'll show you the quick and easy way to do it. So I didn't like this. I mean, it's not bad, but you know, I just thought there was too much going on. So then I went to this one, which it was okay, but that bead on the left, I thought maybe it could use a couple of more knots, and which, you know, it ended up on my final design, but I don't know what. Okay, so this is the final on the bottom. Okay, so what I ended up doing on this one, and I couldn't put it like the right side up because I wanted you guys to see the whole necklace, but I did make it like 30 inches long, so that way I could just like put it over my head, and it looked like fantastic. You know, I thought, you know what, I like it. It looks good. So this is one option. You could just attach like a multi-strand and just put it right over your head and just wear it as a long necklace. But in the end, what I ended up doing is just making this part with, you know, the coil knots, and just wearing it like as a, like, let's see if I can go back here, just wearing it as a, like a short necklace. So it just fits something like this. I'm going to show you the like quick and easy way to like get beads apart. I want to say hi to you guys, Robin, Judy, Tess. You got Mary, Michael, Chatty. Oh my God, Gina. Oh, Gina's late, but that's okay. Let's see. Oh, Kim from Tucson. I'm just looking. Susanna, Debbie. Hey, ooh, Debbie in Southern California. Yay. Okay, so this is what I do. Okay, it doesn't always work, but okay, have you guys ever like had to take something apart and then you can't find the hole? That's, you know, you keep turning it and you just can't find that hole, and it, you know, it just kind of drives you nuts. So what I do is I take like a single edge razor, and instead of cutting on this side here, what I do is I cut like, let me see if I can get this focused. Is that focused? Whoops, right there. Whoop. You just take this, and I cut on this side. So I just cut here, just like right on top of the knot. And I leave these little threads in here because when you come back to restring them, it gives you the a clue as to where the orientation is. So when you come in, with your needle, you could just grab your bead and you could just like take this part out. See that? And so you already know where the hole is. And this is like this is more helpful even with if you have like a dark bead, because this is where it's even worse, is when you have a dark bead. You sit there, you turn it, and you can't find the hole. So this is like a little, you get your little handle, and then you just hold this and just pull it out, and then it just helps you find that hole a lot faster. So just tip. Yeah, I know, right, Joan? And the only reason, I kid you not, the only reason I was able to make that necklace over and over and over, I think I made it 7 times over, and I'm like, piece of cake, because number one, taking it apart was easy, finding the holes was easy, and since I'm using a wax braided cord, that means I need no tools, and the knotting is just 2 or 3 minutes and you're done. So I'm going to show you how to put this necklace together. And I have these here, guys. These serve absolutely no purpose except, I know that sometimes, when I'm trying to explain something, all this, all the features of the board can, be distracting. So that's why I, just put these pieces of wood here. But let's take these out. So what I started off doing is just a wire wrapping, just one bead here. Oops. Is this let me check my camera. Oh, there we go. It's because it's on. Okay. So it's just like a wire wrap, like beaded. You know, you can use like a little pendants. I mean, I just grabbed these because they were convenient. So what you're gonna do, and so for each side, you know, only because, you know, I wasn't quite sure how long I wanted the necklace to be. So, you know, I took like 2 yards. So you'll need like probably like 4 yards altogether for the knotted part. So yeah. So the what I'm using is it's a waxed, a braided cord, and this is amber color. And see, since it's not twisted, because you know when you have the 2 plies, you need like a knotting awl. But if it's a cord that's like leather, braided cord, anything that's not twisted, you can knot it without having to use any tools at all. Okay, so what you're going to do on each of the beads is you are going to attach, you know, you take your 2 yards and then like tie on the thread and then attach a leadered needle, and I'll show you how to do that. So you take a pin and a clip and just put it anywhere on your board, just like this. And here I measured out my 2 yards, and I'm going to get the ends. Everyone here knows what a leadered needle is, right? If you do not know what a leadered needle is, please let me know in the comments so that way I can explain it to you. So we're going to take about 4 or 5 inches, and I'm going to attach it to the pendant. And in one of the versions, you know, let me see if I can find it. Let me go back, because they're let's see. Oh, see on that one, I have a ring on the end. So instead of attaching the pendant, I mean the wire wrap bead directly, I put a ring on it. But you know what? I didn't like it. I thought there was just too much space in there. So the final time that I made it, I just you know, skipped the ring and just attached it directly to the bead. So you're gonna come in here and let's put I got my needle here, and just put a like a moose knot. So those of you that you know the moose knot. Ooh, a tin type. Ooh, I love like photography type stuff. Okay, so we're gonna get that in there, and then we're gonna pull these through, and then tighten this down just like that. So you're going to, like, you know, do this to like both of, let me tighten this. You want this nice and tight. And when you do, when you melt these cords here, you don't need to do much, just very, very little, because you don't want a big old globby knot. And one thing I like to do is use like the clip. See how I hold it? Just, it's so nice. Oh, I love this, because you get it nice and straight and get a nice clean cut. And then I like to take one of these thread burners and just kind of like melt it just ever so slightly, just to make sure that knot doesn't. Yes, this is ooh, this thing's smoking. This is a waxed braided cord that is not twisted, because I wanted to do the knotting really, really like fast. So that's why I'm using the wax braided cord. So, okay, let's do this. Now, what I'm going to do here see, now we've got the folded end, and I'm going to attach a leadered needle. And for those of you that don't know what a leadered needle is, because instead of putting a needle directly onto the cord, because, you know, have you guys ever tried that, where you put the needle on and then you try to slide it on, and then the bead literally gets stuck on the needle? So the answer to that problem is the leadered needle, which is like this is a size, I think it's a size 12 needle, and the fishing line, you could use, I've used size 4, size 2, size 6. So, you know, it just, you know, depends on, honestly, whatever you have around. So if you have know someone that goes fishing, then I would like make friends with them, so you can like check out their fishing gear. I mean, I'm not a fisher, so. And then when you tie it, just so you know, you do a double. You go once and then twice and then like tighten. So we are going to put one of those on each of the sides. And you know, honestly, this is like so fast. I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna do all the knotting on so you guys could just watch me. So you're gonna have your pendant this way, and I'm just gonna clip this like anywhere. And then, oh, I need a little more. I might have to do this diagonally, guys, so you can see everything like that I'm doing. So if you're not familiar with this, the way that I do the knotting, so I just flip this part over, like right at, oh, I want you guys to see this. This is not like good. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, so you put your bead, you just like flip it like right on top of the knot. I mean the bead, see that? And then you just flip it over, just like that. And then you just slide it down. And then you take the next bead and then you just tighten it. That is the fastest, easiest way to do any knotting. And I'm just gonna put like maybe 2 knots in between here and slide it down and then use this to tighten. Okay, you guys can see that. So I'm just gonna go in real time so that way I don't run out of time. Do you guys do you know all this? Are you familiar with the way I do this? Just slide it. Is it fitting? Oh, let me zoom out a little bit. Flip it over and slide it down. I know, you know what? Let's see, who said that? Who's my friend here? Right, Susanna. Oh my, it has completely like changed, you know, ever since I came up with it. It has completely like changed the way I do make anything. Because you'd be surprised, even though, you know, if you have a cord that just fits through like regularly, you'd be surprised how much space is actually like inside those beads. And even like the tiniest of the tiny beads, I could still get like maybe like an upholstery thread that's like a number 69. I can, I know, right, Kathy? Oh my God, it is so fast. Hands down, the fastest, easiest. And in the, I mean, if you're going to use like, let me get a little more cord here. If you use, whatchamacallit, twisted cord, like any kind of cord, like S-Lon, C-Lon, you will have to use the knotting awl because the knots get a little bit like weird sometimes. But, and you know, it's funny, when I came up with this, I don't even know what I was thinking. I remember one day I was like in my studio and for some reason I thought there's just, it just seems to work, but I didn't know like the ins and outs of it. So at first I thought, oh, it's not working because I was trying it with the twisted cord, but then I said, okay, I'll do the awl. And then one day I did it with leather and I'm like, oh, I don't even need the awl, you know, and I figured it was because the cord was not twisted. So it was like fantastic. So, okay, I'm going to do this side and then come back and done. And, you know, I'm not going to lie, there is a lot of cord left over, but you know what? If you decide to make it longer, then you kind of sort of need that extra cord. So when you come to do the next side, let's see, what did I do? Okay, I'm going to put like a few, let me grab some beads here. And see, when you do your like stringing, especially if all the beads are going to be the same, just take chunks off. So that way you don't have to like sit there and fish around for the, the beads. You know what I'm saying? You know what I think I'm going to do? Oh, you know what? I started that one with an Iolite. Whoops, maybe I should just do, you know what? Let's change things up a bit. I'm just going to put a couple of, should I do that? See, this is where the designing part, guys, you know, you can kind of sort of like do whatever you like want. Okay, so let's do you know what? I just don't know. Honestly, I think that's the hard part. You know what? Let's do that. I'm going to do a couple. You know, because you just never know. So let's slide this one down. You know what? I'll just put like 2 because you could, do this however you want. And also another thing, if you want, you could also tighten the knot once you made it by, just splitting the two cords and then pulling them. So I'm going to do a couple of more. Here's 1, 2. Oh, what did Mary say? Great idea, Mary. Wait a minute. I got to see what Mary said. Hang on. I'm scrolling down, guys, so you're going to have to forgive me. Shouldn't Tess have an anniversary party since it's too late for us to attend the wedding? Oh, I think Tess should have a party. Did Tess get married? I'm just reading your comments and I'm just trying, let's see. Wedding? Who's getting married? Is Tess getting married? No. Okay, guys, you know what? I'm just going to stop because I'm reading all your comments in reverse and I'm just like making stuff up at this point. Like, who's getting married? I want to go to a wedding. Oh, speaking of weddings, this necklace, wouldn't this be like really fantastic for a wedding? Check it out. Because this one, I'm sorry I got sidetracked. You said wedding, and then last night I was thinking wedding, and this would be really perfect for a wedding because this one's really cool. Because even though it can be worn long, check it out. You could also, oh, you know what? Let me see if I could move these aside. Hang on. You could put like an extender type thing on it, and look how pretty this is. Because it's got, I put like a little dangle right in the middle. See that? You know what I'm saying? This is like, isn't that so pretty? I mean, you could wear it like, I was thinking with like a real pretty fancy, this is like, would be something fancy, like maybe like a wedding or like, like a ball or something. I don't know, but I never attend those kinds of things. But isn't that's so 36 years. So that's what I would do with this one. So I'm going to just like rapidly, okay. So now the next thing after you've like done whatever you're going to do to this side, you feed this side in like that. Okay, guys, and I just like stuck anything on there. I just, let's see. Why not? I mean, this is not what I would do in real life, but oh, you know what? I missed that hole. Whoops. Okay, so let's get this one back in there. And that's what I like about these things. Oh, and I'm going to tell you something. This is really cool because I try everything. It's like, like why not, right? But okay, let's get this. Okay, so all right. So look, we'll just do that. Okay, so now what you do is you just take. Now we're going to have to like be feeding this all the way through. So I'm going to clip this side. And, uh-oh, I need to put some beads on here. Let's do it. And then we're going to start knotting. So I think I did like 12. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think these are the, what stones am I using? These, I think they're the marble simulant. They look like little rocks. Okay, come on. And I like these because they're like a neutral gray, which, sometimes, how sometimes we just want something like neutral. How close are you? Oh, someone's gonna, we're gonna, thank you. I've had those double hole beads for years. Oh, okay, I want to show you something because like I said, I try everything. These beads, you can actually, if those of you that are familiar with liver of sulfur, check it out. I was actually able to oxidize them. Look at that. So I stuck them in liver of sulfur and it changed the color. So if you don't want silver, you could, and the neat thing about liver of sulfur, it could like turn stuff blue, like the coppery, like dark, just depending on like how long you leave it in. But check it out. The liver of sulfur, you could change the color if you want. So what you're going to do now is you are going to, okay, let's make sure this last one here. And you know what? I think I'm going to take the leader needle off. So let's cut it off on the one that we've already like used. So now what you're going to do is we're just going to like knot. We're going to like knot everything like all the way through. So you just like continue, you just do over, and you just like flip everything through, just like that. And that's how you keep, and did we get that? Yep, easy peasy. Let me clear my mess. So we have nothing here that's too distracting. Okay, so I'm going to do these really fast, guys. I'm going to do it like in real time, like as if I was like doing it for real. And remember, you can use like, I mean, this design, it's adaptable to like any stringing material, any size bead. I mean, you are the artiste. But the one thing that I did like was the antique silver tone connectors, because those really like help get that I don't know, that just really interesting separation in there. I'm just gonna flip, flip, flip. Oh, 20 minutes. Okay. 20 minutes. Oh, thank you, Susanna. Okay. Yeah. Between the brighter silver. Yeah, it does. I do like that. Oh, let's see. Somebody asked something. Let's see. Are they pink? Yeah, you know what, Gina? Yes. They're like a, I was surprised because they were really, really dark after I took them out of the liver of sulfur. And they did turn like a pinky color. Let me see how many more beads I need. 4 more. Okay, let's get those. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, I have 4. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? Yesterday, Kathy in Houston emailed me and she's like, oh, like, happy Thanksgiving. And I was like, Thanksgiving? When's Thanksgiving? And I looked on the calendar and I was like, oh my goodness. I actually have a show, guys, on Thanksgiving. So yes, the show will go on. I will be here on Turkey Day to make something. Maybe I don't know, I don't know. But I know a lot of you guys will probably be busy, but I am going to be here ignoring my family because, you know, I really do like making jewelry. Yes, Tess. Oh, yeah. Oh, again, I understand. I'm not gonna get mad if you miss my show because I understand. Oh, thank you, Crystal. Hey, Suzanne, my husband just told me to order the board as my Christmas present. Oh my God. Oh, you're gonna love it. Oh, because I mean, what I'm doing now, you know, technically you could do it without the board, but the way you come back and incorporate it, I mean, it's just like the all-in-one, like everything, get it done tool. Okay, so now I'm gonna like come in here. I mean, I don't need these anymore, so I'm gonna cut this off. And whoops, whoa. And you know, and you could really like play around with the design. So I'm gonna like put this here. And I am going to do a macrame binding knot. So those of you know what that is, right? So I'm going to take let's see. Let's just put this here. I'm going to clip this and come in here. Let's get another clip. Can't have enough clips. So see how easy it is to just come in here. I'm going to hold that. And since I can't get, let me get another clip right there. See how like you can't like get, ooh, out of my way. See, you can't clip this part. So what you do, super easy, you just take a scrap of thread and just tie it around just like this and hold it. See that you get the other, so that way you don't have to like risk like, you know, I don't know, crunching your stuff. You know how we do that sometimes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be like daring here. I'm going to use red because why not? And what I'm using here is a 0.5 because since this is going to be like a smaller binding knot, I'm going to use the, the 0.5 because the thinner cord makes for a better binding knot in some cases. So I'm just going to come in here. I'm going to do this nice and super, super tight. So I'm going to come in here. See, look at my hands. See that? And you could tell, look how, this gets dark, your hands kind of get red. So you know that it's tight. And sometimes you could even see how the wax is kind of squishing out. So that's a good indicator that you are getting it done. And do you guys know the squishing out wax tip? I'm going to ask a trivia question. The squishing out tip for the wax, because I'm sure some of you have used wax cord, and then when you tighten it, the wax kind of squishes out. Do you know the trick? I'm going to see who watches my tips and tricks on my website. Let's see. Yes, Susanna. Yes, absolutely. A hair dryer. Man, because I swear it just like remelts the wax and it makes it super nice and clean and tidy. Yes. But I don't have a hair dryer with me right now, but otherwise I would do it. So I'm going to cut this one. And you know what? I'm going to put this right here. Not that you need it, but you know how sometimes you do this and then like, something, I don't know, is like in the way. And this you could use a piece of paper or let's say a note card, just so you could get like better, like you could see what you're doing a lot better. So I'm going to tap that down. I'm going to come in here and do this side. And one thing that I do, a couple of things. Like you could either have a fan blowing, which, most of the time I have a tiny fan, but it's a little bit cold in here. Or sometimes when I'm working out, I just blow, because that stuff, for some reason, no matter what direction you're doing it, it just blows like right in your face. So if you just blow on it while you're melting it, it won't blow in your face. And at this point, I don't melt these guys down because that binding knot is really going to hold it. So what I do is I just come in here, hold this at an angle and kind of like tug on it and get a nice clean cut. And then I'm going to do the same thing. Oh my goodness, am I going to run out of time? You know what? I think I can do this. So I'm going to come in here, put a ring on the other side. Let's do this. And just tip, if you're making a lot of stuff, you could have your ring, just put all your rings on a peg. I'll never forget. I was doing like a bead show. I think it was in Tucson. And this customer, I don't know, he had a couple of boards, and he came up to me and he says, I have a really good idea for the board. And I was like, yeah, what's that? He said, you should have a spool holder, And I said, oh, and I'll tell you the funny thing in a minute. Okay, right there. Let me just get a little clip. I like to tease him about that. Okay, I'm going to clip that right there. Oh, what am I doing? Guys, you can't see what I'm doing. So what I did was I got this side, and see, I just lined up the knots right here. And then I clipped it just so I could hold it long enough so that I can get this like back. See what I'm doing? Like back on here so I can get everything held together. Whoops. Okay. And let me come back. But you guys know what I'm doing. I'm just getting that thing spaced so I can put my I use my pegs to hold. Exactly, Crystal. I said, your your board comes with, just use a peg and just, literally like just do that. And he's like, he was so embarrassed. He's like, oh my God. He says, I thought I had like came up with something really cool and interesting. He's like, so he just like walked away like silently. But every time I see him, I love to tease him about that because I think it's just like fabulous. I'm going to come in here and just like do the same thing. I'm going to do it really fast. Boom, boom. Okay, how much time do I have? You know, I never have enough time. I always want to show you guys like some really cool things, and I just don't have the time. Let's just keep going. And then, you know, oh, some of you guys like put beads on the outside here, and it just looks so, so cool. It's kind of like the, I don't know, just like a variation of the necklace that Susanna did, where it had like the macrame on the outside. It just looked really cool. So I'm just gonna finish this clip, clip. You know, I'm really curious. You know, I was talking to Lauren about like turkeys, and you know, they just, I don't know what it is, but they just don't taste as good as they used to, like back in the day. Because I remember when my mom made them, they were always like, I don't know, they just were so delicious and juicy. So we've decided that we're not going to do turkey for Thanksgiving. Like what do you guys do? Like, I don't know, I need ideas. I don't know what to do. So I'm going to come in here and, oops, trim this side off. I mean, yeah, and trust me, I've tried everything, you know, to get like a juicy turkey, and it just never, ever works. Okay, so what are you guys going to do? Oh, well, I've got the thread zapper problem. The non-dying thread zapper, guys, and I tell you, I'm going to share this with you because I know I've shared it on other, like other shows, but one time I bought batteries, I put them in my my thread zap, and the thing, oh, the turkey in the bag, you know, I think I've tried that and it was like no good. Okay, and I got it, it for some reason I knew that like every like week or so I needed to put new batteries, and the thing would not, it just kept going. And I was like, holy smokes, why does my thing keep going? Well, I didn't know that I had purchased lithium. See that? Lithium batteries. That will make this thing last forever. I mean, literally like months. I don't know what it is about lithium batteries. And honestly, you know, I'm not going to lie, they are more expensive, like maybe like quadruple the price of alkalines. But if you do the math, they last longer. It's crazy, but man, you definitely want to go with the lithium batteries for these. Like it's amazing. I mean, it's been like 3 months since I put new batteries in this thing, and this thing is just like going like nothing. It's truly incredible. So let's get back here. Okay, so now we've got these guys. So what I did was, let's see, let me get a clasp. Where is my clasp stash? Let's see. Let's pick one. I think I'll take this one and a ring. And let's see, how did I do the end of this? Oh, ooh, what I did was when I did the moose knot, I went like a mega moose. So the mega moose is when you just wrap more times around. So let's take our leather. And at this point, you know, since, you know, I really don't know how much I'm going to need, I'm going to work off the spool. So I'm going to put my cord right through here. And since I'm making like a mega moose with like a 2mm leather, I think I'll measure around like maybe 8 inches, because you know you're going to need a lot. So let's do 8. So a pin and a clip 1 inch apart. And now it's time for the moose. God, my mom's turkeys were always, I miss it. Okay, so pin and clip, and then you put both of your cords in back, and you take a peg, and then we're going to wrap. So there's 1, okay, actually there's 2, 3, 4. Oh, let's do 5. Why not? Okay, so this goes out, this goes in, and oh, let's get that through. Beautiful. Oh my God, don't you just love the moose? Oh my God, thank you, Susanna. And if it gets kind of like a little bit like crooked, just kind of squeeze it like that. And this, and straighten it out and then pull this down. And then I'm not going to put glue right now because I want to hurry. I'm going to put like a little bit of glue in there and then just like push it like the rest of the way up. And then you have your beautiful knot. And then one thing I like to do, oh, where are my clippers? Oh, well, I don't have them, so I'm going to have to use scissors. Oh, no, don't use, like, if it says thread scissors, you don't use, what do I have here? Maybe a wire, my old, these guys. Now, I don't want to use, oh, that's a, you know what, that's bad advice. Maybe I'll just use a razor. Just keep your eye out and just come in here and just cut. But you want to get it closer than that. It's just that I don't have my things. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to measure about like 12 inches. Let's do 12. And then I'm going to, nope, not those. Let's get regular scissors. But I do have some nail clippers that I use to get the job done because the nail clippers cut leather so beautifully. Okay, so I've got this on here. Now I'm going to put a clasp. And let's see, I'm going to measure, just for consistency's sake. Okay, we've got that knot. I'm going to measure, let's say 2 inches or 2.5. Let's do 2.5. Why not? You can make this as long as you want. So let's go back here. 2.5. Okay, so I'm going to fold that. And one thing I like to do for consistency, see, like I'm going to fold this right there. And this little part right in here, I'm going to put that right in the middle of the clip. See that? Like, see how it's like right in there. And then, of course, you know, that you have your clasp. And I'm going to come in here and make the another mega mousse. And make sure that this is like straight. So I'm going to come in here and wrap. So there's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hold it, pull this out, and then put this in here. Oh my God, how much? Oh, 3 minutes. Okay. Then you pull, squish. Okay. Thanks. Okay, stuff the cavity with onions and citrus. Oh my God, that sounds so good. So there you have this side, and then you do the exact same thing to the other side. Guys, I'm going to, I know I've got 3 minutes. I'm going to cut this. And then, I hope I can finish. Go. Let's do this fast. 9, flip. Oh, can she do it? Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I really want to finish this. Let's get this out. This goes in. Tighten. Squish. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Well, see, that one got kind of messed up, but you know what? That's okay. I don't care. I just want to get this finished before the end of before my time is up. Okay. Now the ring. Okay, so get this. Oh my, how much time do I have left, guys? I think I can do it. And I forgot how much space I left. I think I did 3.5. So I'm just gonna fake it. I think I did 3.5. See, it's always good to remember what you did. Maybe I did 2. I'm just gonna do 3. I should have kept track, but I didn't. I'd have to go back. Do any of you remember? Oh, you're welcome, Shelley. You know, and I hope you guys all have a fantastic like Thanksgiving, but oh, okay, so I've got a minute left. I'm good. So I'm going to come in here, hold that, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And see, what I love about this is it just like holds everything so nicely. And see how fast I can work? I mean, not only can you work fast, and it looks really good too. So let me make this a mousse knot like easy, a better looking. Put this in here and pull. Perfect. Slide it, cut it, and Did she do it? Boom. Yes, I finished. I don't like when did I get my, oh yes, my measurements are perfect. So there we have it. So, ta-ta. Oh, backwards. Perfect. So you guys get the idea of how to do this. How much time do I have left? Oh, it's 11 o'clock. Oof, guys, happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for joining my show. And if you have anything you'd like to submit, the Knotty-Do-It-All at gmail.com. All right, guys, happy Thanksgiving, and hopefully I'll see you next Thursday. Bye.